What's good? What's good? I see y'all in the comment section. How many people we got in here? Y'all know what time it is, don't y'all? Y'all definitely know what time it is. Shout out to the gang.
I might have to come to the damn stream. That shit crazy.
The truth. With all due respect, I fuck with you know what I'm saying, the stock market and all that, but this not a stock market channel. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. I'm gonna just be honest with you. They don't want to hear that, bro. DM me. We can discuss that shit amongst each other. They don't want to hear that. They want to talk about some drill shit. You know what they want to talk about.
I might have to type that shit. I don't know why it ain't coming up. Like,
this still ain't came up? What's good? What's good? Everybody tap in. Everybody tap in. I'm trying to get my guest in the building, but I don't know what's going on. I know I just sent you the it's something that something going on because
I just refreshed it to see if it just needs to get a refresh.
I'm sending it again.
Even if it did need to refresh on the desktop, it still should be in my goddamn inbox on the regular computer.
Yeah, it really should.
I mean, on the regular phone. Let me see.
What's good, man? Who all we got in here? Oh, we got the gang in here. Y'all already know what time it is, man. The TYMB video is ready. It's uploaded. I will be dropping that when we get off live. I'm trying to get my guest in the building. Shout out to the gang, man. Shout out to Queen Lotus, man. Shout out AZ King. I see you. Shout out to CGS. Shout out to that girl Victoria, most definitely. Chicago, not Chirac. Shout out to you, gang. We got Sierra Brown in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, shout out to Wacky. Appreciate the super chat, gang. That's day one. That's a day one member right there. Y'all some gossipers. Shout out to Carlo Gambino for being in the chat chasing clout. And I ain't even been in here for 3 minutes yet. Shout out to you, gang. Y'all some gossipers. But your ass on here watching us. Shout out to you, gang. Shout out to my boy AZ King, man. He said, keep grinding. Most definitely. Appreciate the super chat. Salute Houston. Most definitely. Victor Simpson, I see you. Cash, day one member. I see you. Stevie Hickman, I see you. What's good? We in here. Shout out the Beam team, man. We got somebody in here. Got somebody in here from the Beam team. Say AK-47. Shout out my nigga AK-47. Let me tell y'all something too. I want to have a brief discussion about my guy AK-47. Let me tell y'all about AK-47. I vouch for AK-47. The dude been in this shit, what, 4 months? He's rough around the edges. If you a day one SNTV member, when I was 4 months in, what was I doing? I was on straight bullshit. You see what I'm saying? I was moving, he moving way better than I was when I was at 4 months. When I was at 4 months, I was in a fucking internet war with 3J or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gotta you gotta give people a chance to get used to this internet shit. You know what I'm saying? What to do, what not to do. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you motherfuckers say stuff that they don't mean over the internet. You know, we gotta treat him like we treat everybody else. And you know, I fuck with King AK-47 because he's honestly a good dude. You see what I'm saying? His daddy is from Chicago. I can't change that. That's just the way it is. I know it's a lot of people that don't like that man, but that man a good ass dude. He ain't no fucking crackhead or nothing like that. The man got a family and he take care of his family. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and he really do care about our people. So like him or not, SNTV fuck with him. I fuck with him. You know?
I found it. All right, so sent to click it out here. All right, switchboard.
Shout out Atlanta. We got Atlanta in here. Shout out my boy TYMB Bands. I see you in here, gang. Who that is right there? Like my guy right there, AZ. Shout out my boy TYMB Bands, man. Y'all already know he in here. And my boy, you know what I'm saying? You part of the reason right here. This video that I'm about to drop, you part of the reason, bro. Shout out to you for real. You know, a lot of times niggas just don't know. Like, it really be niggas in their corner. You know what I'm saying? Behind them for real. They just don't know it. Shout out to you, gang. You a real dude. Been here with me since day one. And he young, y'all. You know? And he ain't with none of the bullshit. And he'll listen. I remember he used to wolf on the internet with niggas. I told him, like, shit, bro, stop doing that. And he stopped doing that shit. Because he realized it wasn't unproductive coming out of it. Shout out to the gang. I'm trying to get Sky in here right now.
Just screenshotted the link and I'll type it in because I don't know why it's not coming up. Everything else is coming up, but not no link or either email. I don't know. I can't call it.
All right, we are live. Look, there it is right there. See the link?
At the top of the screen?
Yeah, you see where it say jump? You see where?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, there go your email right there. Look at the top of the screen. Your email is right there. Your email is right there. That's your email, right?
SUSSKY. You missing an S.
Oh, shit. Damn. Hold on.
I told you my mama, she was tripping. Knowing the black woman get the name of her kids, how far she goes.
All right, hold on. Damn, what the fuck? My bad, y'all. Have some patience with me. Be patient. On my way. All right, now that's the right one right there. Hold on. All right, Scott. It should be coming through. You finna get back. Okay. I'm finna click you in real quick. I got a very important. Just click in.
All right.
All right. I'll be right back, y'all. All right, here we go. Let's get to it. Let me unmute you.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Nice.
All right. We got a wonderful show for y'all tonight. If y'all don't know, shout out to my boy. Who was that? Coastal. Shout out you, man. First and foremost, I got a wonderful show for y'all tonight. I got a wonderful guest. You know, I've been rocking with her for a couple of months now. And she reads tarot cards. And tonight we're gonna get into this. I know a lot of people got a lot of questions about the whole process and everything like that. I know I do. You know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, let the people know what's your name, where you from, what you do.
Hello, beautiful, beautiful folks. I am NBT Sky, nothing but the truth over here. I've been reading tarot cards for a while, and I was introduced to drill around the time that 051 Melody passed away. Now, I want to get into this because I know there's a lot of people floating around the internet dealing with these spiritual systems and cards, and I think it's been taken too lightly, and it hasn't been.
Okay. We gonna get into that. Let's slow it down a little bit. Tell the people what exactly, what's the difference between, like, psychic readings and tarot card readings, and what's the differences in all of that. And another thing, can anybody just be a tarot?
Okay, so the difference between psychic mediums and tarot card readers is this. Psychic mediums do not need to use a tool of divination. So you wouldn't see them using something like tarot cards or bones. They usually are clairvoyant, clairaudient, which means that they can hear or they can see or they can smell or they can feel the shift in energy around them. Whereas a tarot card reader or anybody that's using a divination tool is pulling from energy, universal energy, using cards, bones, quarry shells. Some people use something called the opele, which is a chain. I got one around here somewhere. But yeah, that's the difference between them. One group uses tools, one group doesn't.
Right. Okay,
As far as
Shout out my cousin. Shout out my cousin, man. I got my family in here, man. What's good, cuzzo? What's good? I see you in here, man. I appreciate that, gang. Real talk. And also, Queen Lotus, she already knows. She said salute, Queen Sky. Most
hey,
definitely.
Queen Lolo.
She receiving that love. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna interrupt you no more. All right, let's get back to it.
Okay. So then the next question was, what was it?
How exactly you explained, pretty much explained how it worked. The next question was, could anybody do it?
Yeah, all of us have the ability to use a divination tool and tap into universal energy. We tap into it all the time. Everybody has access to it. It's just a matter of having the knowledge or having the keys, like in any other system. But
Okay.
it's nothing that's only I can do it or only she can do it. We all can do it.
Yeah. Cause see, I got I had the wrong perception about it, because I thought that was just like some shit that, a gift that God gave you type of deal.
No,
And
God gave everybody that same gift. The only difference is there's a groups of people that will take the time out to understand energy and learn it and learn how to communicate with it consciously. And then there's the other people that choose to literally interact with energy all day, but it's in a subconscious matter. They don't even realize that they're doing it. We do it all the time. Like when you go into a party and you get that gut feeling that something ain't right and you ready to shoot up out of there. That's the same energy that's being interacted with. It's no different.
yeah. Okay. So I noticed specifically when King Von died, may he rest in peace.
Or R.I.P. that
I
man.
seen when after King Von and Mo3, I began to see like an influx in tarot card readers. Like everybody just started, getting into the craft of tarot card reading. I think it was mainly because, NLE Chopper and Asian Doll said that they, communicated with Von in the afterlife or whatever. When it comes to things like that, like communicating with the afterlife and all of that, and tarot card reading, like how do those differ?
Well, it's very common in our society that somebody passes over and we have these experiences where we feel like we see that individual or we hear that individual or we walking down the block and we might get that scent of the individual. That's because that vibration is real. There's no such thing as death. That's first off. You shed the physical body, but you still are here in existence. Now, depending on your vibration, will determine how easy it is for us to tap in and deal with you. To be honest, dealing with the energies that you can't see, smell, taste, or touch then requires a whole nother form of protecting yourself. That's one. And two, being able to acknowledge what it is that you're interacting with, because even though my body, I still have free will. That means that spirit can still lie, it can still deceive you, it can still, all of these things, especially if you don't have the information and the knowledge to know how to deal with these systems.
All right, all right.
So it gets sticky a little bit.
Okay, so um, how quickly would you say, in your opinion, would it take somebody to learn to do this or tap into what it is that you need to tap into to be able to do this?
Um, I would say that being as individuals, we literally are out. We all have our own individual vibrations. Some of us are come into the life already being able to see, smell, taste, and interact with things that's not here. And you put in a divination tool in front of them, and they pick it up in 3 seconds. So then
Right.
their situation would be a matter of teaching them how to protect themselves and protect other things and how to identify what they interacting with, opposed to somebody who may not have had their third eye open from the very beginnings and they have to train themselves into it. So it took me, I started reading cards at about 21. I'm 36. So it took me about a good, I would say, 8 or 9 years before I could say that I was really good at it, before I could go public or felt comfortable doing something like that. It took me to go get initiated into a system and become a priestess and do the work physically to get it done, which I did that, have that experience and shared it with my people on live. So they got to see me with no hair and the whole 9 yards.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you've I spoke about all of these other tarot card readers, what I'm saying, popping up after the King Von and the Mo3 situation. Do you think all of those people genuinely just know how to do this? Like, what do you think
um,
it is? Do you think they cloud chasing or what? Because it been a couple of, tarot card readers and stuff like that that, that said some, kind of way out stuff. Um, I
word.
noticed, I think I was speaking to somebody, they were saying that they seen one woman that was doing a video on King Von every day. And that, King Von hadn't lived long enough to be able to do a video on him every day. You see what I'm saying?
This is that's a whole fact. He is a whole baby. Most of these children, because that's what they are. Most of these kids that's dying are not making it past 26 years old. Technically, you are not an adult until you reach 35. That is when you reach your second half of life. So technically, what did you experience for somebody to be able to tap in and have something to read about every day without having to fabricate it? I don't see it. That's one. And two, a person that's tapping into energy and they're really tapping in, you're gonna be exhausted. It's been
Right.
times where I was there and falling asleep on live because that's how drained I am, depending on the energy that I'm dealing with. You might not see me for a week at a time. This is facts. because I got to go get it back together first. So for somebody to be online every day reading, I think that is a form of cloud chasing. As far as the majority, I believe that in there are people who really have gifts, but gifts don't mean nothing. Intention is everything.
Right.
And so I feel like it's distasteful to go into the situation and say that this is spiritual. This is something foreign to a whole generation of children who generally would not have interacted with this if not one of us bringing it to these huge platforms and bringing it to their attention. So then, with that being said, are we going to make a circus of the situation, or are we going to show them that this is something that our ancestors created and gave to us to give us the ability to navigate through this world with a little bit of advice from our ancestors who can see the things that we can't see and protect us from the things that we don't know is coming? So now it's just being turned into a circus instead of a tool to teach our children that this is something that we don't lose our loved ones. Because look at all of the trauma that these kids are dealing with. If we say after the virus, half, almost every other household lost two people in it, that's
Right.
trauma. So when you realize that, hey, I can still interact with Pop Pop, I can still interact with Nana, I can still ask mommy a question. It takes some of that pain and grief off of them. But when you turn it into a circus, it has no value,
Right. Right.
and that's what I feel like is going on. I feel like it's very distasteful, and where's the consideration for their mothers? The reading is not rendering a result. It's not rendering, if you would have done this, it could have been avoided so that another set of kids won't do it. My whole point in even bringing tarot into drill, it was to get them to discourage these kids to stop dissing the dead, because it was opening up a different type of vibration in their area that was manifesting death that quick.
Right.
And like all children, all young people, if you don't experience it and no one's there to show it to you in action, you can't grasp why should I stop dissing the dead? What is it doing to you? What is it doing to him? But when I was able to say, look, this is what y'all said on this day, and this day. And this is what you manifested on that day, that day, that day. And in
Right.
between there, I told you that this was going to happen. Now you hear that it's regressing to this and the dead. People are starting to say, you know what, we're not doing that no more, because that shit really knocking us out the box.
Right. Facts. Facts.
That was the whole point of me bringing tarot and bone throwing into the situation. Let them know that there's a spiritual, energetic, and vibratory consequence for you thinking a thing and then turning it into the universal language of song, and then putting your energy into it and your emotions into it. That is the keys to manifestation. So those powers that be that's manipulating what's going on over there, because this is not something that's naturally generated by us as a people. We are very loving and kind and accepting people naturally.
Facts.
You know what
Those
I
are
mean?
facts.
That's who we are. So when we have our 20-year-olds, our 15-year-olds, and our 14-year-olds out here with Glocks with switches and titties and da 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 da, and they aim them at each other, and you got trains coming into the state unattended for them to get it. This is how we get to the point where we have kids like Little Mo who come out with the music, and the terminology in the music is the purge. It escalated from the back door to the purge. They have the power to escalate this into that
Right.
just by thinking it and saying it and then putting it into that universal language. So that's the kind of things that I'm trying to get Chicago, New York, and everybody to understand, is that this shit is deep. And we got to be careful what we manifest in, because the next generation gonna suffer.
Facts. And that's nothing but the truth right there. We've seen what some household shit can turn into. I mean, you just look at gangs, look at rap music. I'm pretty sure the niggas that started rapping, they didn't think it was gonna do what, you know. I'm pretty sure everybody that started doing whatever it is they started doing, they probably couldn't even imagine, you know, it would get to the point to, you know, where it's at.
Right.
I want to talk to you about because see, I come from the Miss Cleo era, right?
Me too.
And right, so even though, you know, that's probably not, you know, that's not really the same thing. It's a lot of people that just like completely rule, you know, what y'all do off. You see what I'm saying? And then you have your people that may not rule y'all off, but they look at it like, well, you know, that's voodoo, that's devilism, you know what I'm saying? Devil worship and all of that. It's very far in between that you find somebody that's open-minded enough to actually like, okay, let me, at least if I don't, you know, feel like it's something that I may be interested in, at least let me investigate it to figure out what it really is. How is it just being in, you know, between the rock and the hard place? Because I know that's what it got to be.
Well, you know, when I first got on YouTube, I already knew that it was going to be a problem because a handful of people that was dealing with tarot, it was a lot of fraudulent shenanigans. And this is where it gets sticky because an average everyday person who sees some cards on the table, they're not going to be like, okay, this means that, that means that. This is something that the majority don't have experience with. So this is that. This is what forced me into a mindset of, in order to show that there is validity in this situation, I'm going to have to give it to the people without the monetary shenanigans in the middle, just so they can have a real experience. I came across people who either interacted with somebody and they got gypped out their money, or they interacted with somebody and the person was so far wrong that they couldn't be gypped out their money. So this brought me to a point where my first maybe 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers were all free. Full readings, no time limits, no $5 a minute shenanigans, nothing. When you get in the reading is supposed to identify a couple of things. First off, a real reader don't need to ask you nothing. The most you might get is what is your name and your zodiac or your birthday. They should not have to have small talk with you. They shouldn't have to ask you nothing. Period. Ever. If they are who they say they are, you radiated energy. If I'm supposed to connect with you, I should be able to connect with you. If I'm not able to connect with you, I should be able to say that I'm not and be solid about that and just walk away and leave you with your money. That's what's
Yeah,
supposed to happen. But at the same time, this is a spiritual system. Once you start interacting, entangling money with spirituality, and you making money a priority, it becomes a problem all by itself.
that's when
At
you get
some
to
point,
hide people under the table. Look, shake the table at 10 o'clock.
right, exactly. So then you got clock watching going on, and then you come into a situation where you done gave up $60, $100, but you walk away with no resolution. That's the problem right there. When you dealing with these systems, you supposed to come in with your issue in your head and in your heart. The person, the practitioner, is supposed to be able to identify those issues and then find where is the energy blocked at in your life. Is it money? Is it mama? Is it daddy issues? Whatever the issue is it baby mama issues, wife issues, whatever? What energy is blocking it, and how do I unblock it? And that don't mean that somebody should be sending you to the crossroads of Papa Legba or Obatala, somebody you have no experience with. It means showing you where you're making the same choices and getting the same result. That's what real spirituality is. I don't know about the rest of what's going on out here. For those who don't believe, you can't make a person believe anything. They have to be willing to stick their big toe in the water to see whether it's hot or not. Those who are on the borderline, eventually, if that's what they're supposed to interact with, they will gravitate toward it. We all magnetic vibratory beings. We gonna come together to what we're supposed to come together with. As far as the devil and hell and things of that, I think when people get a better understanding of the Bible, they'll have a better understanding of
Man,
what's going on. And that's why I'm
man,
going to be doing a Bible study on my channel, because I'm really going to start from the beginning of the book to the end, to the point, the parts where they don't never tell you in church because they can't. We're going to get into those areas from the beginning to the end so that you can have an understanding of how to read the Bible, how to identify things. I speak to people all the time about the Bible. And one thing I noticed is that when it comes to tarot reading and things like that, it's been separated. No one is understanding that, the sun and the 12 zodiac signs is Jesus and the 12 disciples is this, I mean, they don't realize that it's all the same thing. And so I
So
think that
let me ask you this. How do you feel about, dealing with the Bible? And I'm gonna just ask you this one question, and I don't want to stay on this subject too long because you know how people real
right.
touchy about the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the Bible, we know the Bible is it's 66 books, right? And out of those 66, books that's in the Bible, you really have two different religions within the Bible. You got the Jews and you got the Christians, right?
Right.
Okay, so how do you feel about that? Like, how does one decipher like what? Because I see a lot of people doing this. I see a lot of people taking little pieces, bits and pieces out of the Bible, and applicating them, and a lot of times it be out of context. You see what I'm saying? Because the first 5 books of Moses and all of that, that's for the Jews, and the new version or whatever, that's supposed to be for the Christians. But it's all over the place with a lot of people. How do you feel about that? Just dealing with the Bible in general.
I think when it comes to dealing with the Old and New Testament, I think that people need to understand the importance of understanding both books. And really, if you ask me, I think it's important to understand not only the Bible, but the Quran, the Book of the Dead, and so on and so forth, because you need all 5 books to get the truth. But the reality of it all is, the New Testament was revised so that it could be equipped for what was going on in today's time and the newer time. The Old Testament was based off of life before the Dark Ages. So the whole terrain of the earth had changed at this point. The genetics of the people even had changed at this point, because now, because of what happened during the Dark Ages and all the disruption, people
Oh,
had
begun. Are you speaking biblically or literally right now?
But first off, biblically and literally, that is the event that took place where we had
Oh, you saying
disruption on the
that?
earth.
You saying that took place? What are you referring to? The
I'm talking
flood?
about, well, that was the first go round. I'm talking
Okay.
about when we got to the second go round where we had all kinds of brimstone falling out the sky and blah blah blah. That was a real event that took place. It happens every 3600,000 years or something of that nature.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother story. But when we went through the dark ages, which we literally did, which was the time when we didn't have information available to us like we needed to, um, we also ended up at different areas of the earth where we usually wouldn't have been because of what was going on, the changes in the earth. So we begin to interact with other species of humans, not realizing that they are, or Caucasians, this one, that one. We didn't have those names back then. We was who we was. We made it and created another genetic pool of man morphing into us now. So I think that people got to understand both books are important. Those 10 commandments that's in the first books is important. It takes 10 of those commandments to keep peace on the whole earth. So people should think in a logical manner. If they do, they would say, we could try to go for 10, or we could go for this man's laws where they climbing up ladders over books on top, thousands of laws. How can we comply to thousands of laws if we can't comply to 10 commandments? I would pick the 10 commandments personally. So yeah, I think both books are important. And as far as picking a side, I mean, they have very slim differences. Slim. Once you learn how to read the Bible properly and include the concordance, the dictionary in the back, you'll understand that certain things don't mean what you think it means. The language is similar, but the definition of the word is different. Like, for instance, we would say mountain today is a mountain. But in the Bible, when you hear about mountains, they're talking about countries, not an actual mountain. So
Yeah.
these are things that people gotta, learn how to do. I think once we all learn how to properly read the Bible, the story is gonna be so dope that everybody gonna love that book. That's what I think.
Wow. So basically what you're saying is our main problem is we don't know how to interpret it.
Right.
You know. But you know, this is my thing with it. It basically tells you like that it's simple to read. It tells you that it's a simple book to read. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't see, because you got literal stuff, and then you got allegory, and it's all mixed up together. So in order for one to really, you know what I'm saying, know what it means, you have to. I would think, me myself personally, I would think you would have to literally take every verse that you read, and you have to read, every, book or scripture or whatever. You have to read it in context. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't just take one. I hate when people take one part of the, you know what I'm saying? One verse, and then that might not mean that. Who was talking? What was they talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But
yeah,
the
like,
problem is the language changed. And this is the problem. People got to remember that the Bible was written in Aramaic first. Now, the reason why the Bible says you cannot add or take from it is because if you remove one word out of a paragraph, you can literally change the whole landscape of that paragraph. If you add a word to the paragraph, you can change the overall landscape of that paragraph. So this is
right,
where the problem became, because in Aramaic there are words in our language that don't exist in Aramaic, and vice versa. So this forced it to be a situation when King James converted the Bible that there's words that should be in places that they ain't, and and vice versa, causing a problem when we lost the tonal language at that point. So now the only thing we really have to rely on is the concordance, which then would let us know that 1 year is 12 months to us, but 1 year to them might have been 100 years. So this is a problem where we get caught up. The words sound the same, but have very different meanings from different times. This is proven with Black's Law Dictionary. I think every
that's true.
generation or so, they come out with another one where
That's,
certain words didn't exist. Black wasn't a word. Negro didn't get into Black's Law Dictionary until about the fourth volume.
yeah.
So it's a word game, and it's proven every day when our boys are going in and out of courts. It's proven our kids go to jail for life because of words, and the lawyer not being sufficient enough in the word game, in the double speak. Other than that, they would be home.
Real talk, real talk, real talk. That's peace. Before we get out of here, let's do something fun real quick, if you could.
Okay, let's get it.
Let's do it. Let's do a quick little reading. I don't know how it works. I don't know
Okay.
how it works. What do I just ask you questions about me, or how does it work?
Yeah, you can ask. Well, first off, what is your zodiac sign?
My zodiac sign, I'm an Aries.
Oh my gosh. Y'all guys. They automatically born in as kings. So the sign of Aries is associated with God himself. A lot of people don't know that.
That makes
But
sense.
we say that he rides out under there. He
Okay.
chills under
Okay.
Aries. So it makes perfectly good sense why you got this kind of like, godly kind of energy with you. Like, I am God. Respect me. Okay. I am the king. Okay. So any questions? And we're gonna throw these joints down and see what they say. What's the question?
I don't know. Anybody got any questions? She finna gas that boy up. Look at that crazy. I'm gonna just ask my own questions. I don't know what type of questions to ask. Like how do people normally ask? Like if I was to say, where am I gonna be in the next 5 years? I mean,
Yeah, people ask those kind of questions all the time.
yeah.
So let's see. Where is SSTV gonna be in 5 years? That's a good question. Okay. So what it's showing here is that SN is not going to be stationary in one particular spot because SN got all of these different types of plans going on. So this shows new business all the time. There's always going to be business, as this is his fire energy, never standing still, always got a new activity, a new business venture going on. So I see all kinds of business ventures, but I also see that you have to be careful about who you do business with. Because you have such a great heart, you will have people with their hand out all the time and nothing in it. Hand out begging, but nothing to give back. So this is talking about you being very successful financially, but the more success comes, the more people will be demanding of you financially.
Say that one more time. My bad. I missed that.
Oh, it's the more that you gain financially, the more people will be feeling that you owe them.
Facts. Well,
They probably already doing it.
That's happening right now.
Damn.
How genuine? I don't have many people that I really would consider like a friend, but
Right.
the friends or the people that I have around me, how genuine do you feel that they are? Do you feel like they love me, or do you feel like they just around me for beneficial gain, or what?
Let's see.
And it's gonna be our last one because it's about to be 11 o'clock.
Okay, so what I see here is the Chariot. I have the Ten of Coins. I have the World. I have Justice. Justice is representing the Libra energy. And I also have the Moon. So you have literally 1, 2, 3 major arcanas. This is showing that you do have 2 people around you, possibly, who is around primarily because of financial gain. And what you may potentially, they see your potential. So they see that you're about to just blow the hell up somewhere along the lines. Unfortunately for them, you seem to pick up on these things and feel them as soon as they start to begin to manifest. So it's showing that you're going to keep it in balance nonetheless. But you have one individual here that will kind of be like, you know how you always meet your match? Well, that'll be this one. They'll be good at cloaking this. And this is showing up under an air sign. So this is either somebody who think they are, how Aries are very articulate. Well, this individual is very outspoken, very articulate, very logical, lack of emotion kind of thing. But that's the person that you got to deal with. Yeah, pretty much. Yes, it's
Which is
definitely an air
crazy.
sign. That's for sure, air sign.
Yeah.
And they for sure see your financial growth, and they for sure see potential. They for sure see that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you, coming to the platform and, clearing that thing up and,
Yes, thank
opening our
you.
eyes to a different lane. Shout out to Pandanesia Morgan.
Yes.
Love from out west. And shout out to my people out west. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We finna get ready to get this movie popping off. Let the people know where they can go to find you at. It's definitely
You guys can find me on YouTube at Team NBT, or y'all can come to the community site at www.nbttarot.com. Thank you, SNTV, for letting me come up here and break it down for the folks. I appreciate all of y'all. It's all love. Come visit me. I'm gonna be in here watching this movie that he got because I'm hyped. My computer already ready. I ain't even geeking off it.
Well, definitely, I appreciate you, Queen. It's all love, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. I'm finna get ready to give y'all a little time to roll up, do what y'all gotta do, and then I'm gonna go and drop it. It's your boy SN and Sky. We out.
Yes, sir.